Yo, it's the 1409 podcast. I go by the name of KT.
It's your boy GualaMeetsWorld.
Looking at episode 88, nigga.
Yeah.
88 for life. 88. Got a special guest in here from New Orleans by way of Houston. Got T. Cooper in here, financial advisor, project manager. What's happening?
Sure, I got 3 more hats. That's just 2.
Ooh.
Plug them in.
Yeah, financial advisor, project manager, working on a documentary. You might well say I'm a counselor too.
Hey.
Yeah.
It is what it is. What's going on, family? What's going on, world?
Big things, doing big things around here. We're gonna get into that for sure. Mm-hmm. All right, we got the intro out the way, so let's get to the little. We gotta get the shots. I was about to say trivia. Let's get to the shots. You got anything you want to take a shot?
If I don't know, we gonna take some shots. I'd have got the ball out the car.
Yeah.
Prepared.
Hey, you got water? You got some water?
So what? I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm drinking this Red Bull right now because, like I said, I had like a hard day. So this Red Bull, we're gonna take a shot at this Red Bull. But I don't know. I could have got a bottle out the car.
All right, we good. No peer pressure. It's cool. No pressure.
I'm just wine sipping anyway.
Let's get to it. Shit. All right, we got trivia. We got the shots. Let's get to the trivia. You from New Orleans, right?
Born and raised.
All right. So, who was the backup quarterback for Drew Brees last season?
Backup quarterback to the Bridgewater.
All right.
What you mean?
That was a little too easy. I should ask something harder.
I'll tell you, I wish we could have kept him, but it's all good.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna flip around. Who's the backup quarterback for Drew Brees this season?
Man, right now, to be honest, what we have right now, I don't even approve of. So we got Winston. That boy throw out how many interceptions.
They say he throwing the interceptions because he couldn't see. He got LASIK now, so he said he can throw now.
I don't care, man.
He didn't get to prove that.
Me personally, to be honest with you on that, they might improve because it's about the coaching. Because under Sean Payton, anything can happen. See what happened to Bridgewater? That boy took off last year. Now this year with the Panthers, you barely hear about you barely hear about Bridgewater because it's all about the coaching.
Yeah, I heard about him because they're my team, so I be watching.
Oh, you're a Panthers fan too?
Yeah,
they fight old Riverboat.
We not gonna get it. See, I'm saying that's not the same division. See, we swept y'all, so.
I heard. They heard he cut throat business.
Yeah, we swept y'all. Only problem is that the Bucks, we swept them, but look what happened.
Yeah, shit happens. Couldn't Tom Brady goddamn still got up in there.
Yeah, and flags. But go ahead.
Hey, somebody asked me how to spell GOAT. I said TB12.
Flags, refs. That's GOAT, refs, flags. They were throwing flags like Marlboro bees last night.
All right, so what was it like growing up in New Orleans?
Oh, growing up in New Orleans, it's like a fast-paced type of city because in New Orleans, you gotta be on your game. In New Orleans, like growing up, you gotta be on your game. Like me personally, I had learned street smart, book smart. I grew up too fast in New Orleans. New Orleans kind of like quote unquote New York because it's so fast paced and the crime and just the streets. The streets itself is it's too fast paced. In other words, if you don't keep up, you don't know what's going on, you will get left behind, or you might get hurt at the same time. Not trying to say New Orleans is negative, but the experience that I have been. The experience I had in New Orleans, growing up, being around dudes that did that, it made me realize about life, like honestly. Because right now, even though New Orleans is still New Orleans, it has gotten worse due to the crime rate, due to just dudes is doing some of the dumbest stuff. I can't curse on him, but
yeah, you can curse on him.
Hey, we bold, boisterous, and blunt.
They're doing some dumb shit right now, and it just. Bro, New Orleans, growing up.
The NOLA.
Yep, the NOLA. That's all I can tell you. You'll get left behind if you don't know what's going on. I promise you. You'll get left behind. And anybody from New Orleans can tell you, you'll get left behind. I promise you that.
You feel like the environment you growed up in have a lot to do with who you are as a person today?
Almost definitely it made me strong because if I can handle New Orleans, if I can handle New Orleans and deal with New Orleans, I can deal with anything because like I said before, it made me strong. It made me not to be scared of anything. Because I didn't witness so much stuff in New Orleans to the point where nothing surprised me no more.
Yeah.
Like nothing surprised me. What I experienced, what I saw, what my partners did, like nothing surprised me. So it made me stronger, and also my faith increased at the same time. Especially just migrating from New Orleans to Houston, I didn't see some stuff.
You mentioned migrating. What influenced your migration?
Katrina.
All right, so you came in 05.
Yeah, Katrina. Matter of fact, first thing, we were not even going to evacuate, to be honest. We wasn't going to evacuate. We was going to ride out because we didn't rule out so many hurricanes in our past. And also we left some hurricanes like Hurricane George, Hurricane Ivan, stuff like that. So we kind of evacuated to Houston during those two storms. But with Katrina, we was going to actually ride it out till my dad went on the patio one day. And that's why I was heading, once again, in the streets. Head to my partner house real quick, and my dad called my phone and said, "Hey, son, we're about to go evacuate. So turn the car back around." That's when you had one car in a house during that time. And he was on the patio, and God spoke to him and said, "Get your family and go." So we drove to Houston because we had family in Houston on the mama side of family. So we was able to go to Houston with 2 pair of clothes. We all had 2 pair of clothes. And thinking that we're going to return back home. Well, God had a plan. So we checked it out, basically saying that Katrina hit on August 29, 2005, and straight just destroyed New Orleans, flooded out, levees blew up, all that great stuff, and flooded New Orleans, like basically like pouring glass and milk into a bowl, and it mounted up to the levees. And so next thing you know, they're telling us, don't even return back. Don't even return back to New Orleans because it's like it's been destroyed. And so when they gave us the okay to at least go back 5 days later to go back to at least get some stuff we have, I went back. I was the first person to go back first. My mom and dad had to go stop at Walmart and get some garbage bags. And so we stopped. I'm the first person that made it to the apartment complex. When I tell you like a war zone, you got calls and type of cars, pylons down. So I drove up. Next thing you know, here comes National Guards with their guns out on me. Tomorrow, what you doing over here? This and that about what you doing over here? Blah blah blah. I said, I live here. I have my ID. Well, you need to hurry get your stuff because they're looting, and you need to get out before it gets dark. Not a problem. But I did let them know and say, hey, I do have my parents coming too to get some of the stuff as well with trash bags. Well, y'all need to hurry up, get your stuff. No problem. So we stayed on this second floor, and we saw where the water came at least to about like an inch towards the second floor. We were able to get some stuff, but we can tell some stuff was stolen too. Somebody stole the whole computer. What we gonna do with a computer? With no power. So I'm saying, but
check their Instagram, man. They had to check that
Facebook.
Facebook.
They probably sold it by now.
Yeah, generator.
Yeah, exactly. It was still in those too. So, but we migrated to Houston. It was a major transition because, for one, the clubs in Houston, close early, versus New Orleans. Yeah, versus New Orleans, the clubs. Matter of fact, for example, you can start going out in New Orleans at 12 o'clock. Like literally, you start getting dressed and going out in New Orleans around 12 o'clock. Versus Houston, you got to get dressed like 8, 9 o'clock. That's a major transition for me. And then on top of that, alcohol. New Orleans is 24 hours. It's 25 city. You can buy alcohol anywhere. You can buy alcohol from a grocery store. Yeah, like Walmart or Walgreens or anything like that, or a gas station. Versus here in Houston, you gotta go to Specs or one of them corner liquor stores that close at 9 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And so that was another trend. Also, traffic-wise, like Houston traffic is like a nightmare. It's like driving on suicide in Houston. And so that was, and then on top of that, the job market. The job market was, that's what I can say about the job market. Job market was way better here in Houston than New Orleans. So that was another big positive note on that as well. But I want to tell y'all something real quick. Basically, my mom been praying for me to get out of New Orleans because I was always in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in the system in New Orleans. I was probably in jail like 3 times. Something very, very small, like very, very small. Not like no drugs or anything like that, or kill someone like that. It was basically got caught in the wrong place in the wrong time. And I was end up in jail 3 times. And then on top of that, once you're in the system, police gonna keep messing with you constantly. Because my mom had a best friend as a sheriff, and she told her, that get your son out of New Orleans because your son's in the system. And so Katrina was a blessing in disguise because now I'm doing a lot better here in Houston than I was in New Orleans. I'm accomplishing stuff here in Houston that I could accomplish in New Orleans. And so that was a major transition. Do I miss New Orleans? Oh yeah, that's my home. Of course I miss it. But I'm doing a lot better here in Houston than in New Orleans.
Would you go back?
Hmm?
I said, would you go back, like, to live?
On time I go back, if I had something, if I want to go back to New Orleans, I'd rather live on the outskirts of New Orleans and have like a big house paid for if I want to go back to New Orleans. Live on the outskirts and build a business out there in New Orleans, expand business out there in New Orleans if I ever go back.
Okay.
That's the only way.
So I heard like we know Bootsy. Little Bootsy is from New Orleans.
No, he's from Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge, but Baton Rouge. So it's like the whole culture of Louisiana, kind of like the stuff you say, like how the system corrupt. You say you've been in the system, like wrong place at the wrong time.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say it was a lot of that in New Orleans?
Oh, it's a lot of that. Let me share why I say that. So one day, I was coming off from work one day. I was tired. I was 17 years old. I was tired. My partner's like, man, see what you about to do. I said, I might go inside real quick, man. Can you do us a favor? Can you go, man, take us downtown real quick so we can set this weed real quick? I'm like, all right. So changed my clothes real quick. We drove downtown to the night walk. Next thing you know, I ran into a police trap. Literally ran into a police trap. You know, they're known for that in New Orleans. Police traps are known for them speed traps. They're known for that. So I was just speeding down the street called Abernathy. That's like one of the roughest streets down Abernathy. Just speeding through there. And next thing you know, I saw police just took my license plate. Next thing you know, a police in front of me told me to pull over. Cool, I pulled over. So I pulled over. Keep in mind, my partners had at least about 50 down bags with them, at least. And so all they were gonna do was give me a speeding ticket. But when my partners had made a move, you know how that goes. And so they draw the guns out on us. I'm like, I said, here we go. And all he was gonna do was give us a ticket. So anyway, so next thing you know, they put us out the car, pat us down. All I had was keys and a wallet and a phone. That's all I had on me. Versus them, they had a bunch of weed on them. So they took us to jail, had me in the holding cell, and until my court date the next morning. And so I was in the holding cell and I was in court on the TV, on the judge on TV. And the judge realized, like, hold on, why y'all have Terrence Cooper in jail for just a wallet, keys, and the phone? Because I was a driver. So they say, you know what? Have him as a traffic violation. Have him as a traffic violation and let him go. They're really about to slam him with a drug charge until the judge saw that. And I don't have no drugs. I'm just a driver. My partners, on the other hand, they was in there for a drug charge. But me, I only had keys in the wallet and the phone. That was it. But the police really
car keys.
Yeah, that's all I had on me. And
I thought you had them other keys on you.
Nah, not them type of keys. Not them bricks. Not them bricks. But they were trying to really slam me for a drug charge. They were really trying to hard until the judge realized, like, it's not gonna happen. So I got released the next day. But my partner stayed in maybe like 2, 3, 4 weeks when I got out the next day. And so then I got arrested again for running a red light. You're like, what you mean running a red light? Yeah, I got arrested running a red light.
They just give you a ticket?
Nope, they didn't give me. They actually put a gun out on me for running a red light. It was like I turned on a red light. I just turned left on a red light, and it came out of nowhere. So I get out the car, put the guns out on me and everything. Literally had one cop on the passenger side, other cop on the driver's side. and they both had their guns out until I get out the car. I was scared to even press the button just to unlock the door. That's how bad it was. That's what I'm saying. Police crushing been bad. It's just finally getting videotaped. That's all. So they told me to get out the car and took me to jail. Literally for running the red light. Took me to jail. And of course I got out the next day, of course, but they didn't take me to jail for that. Instead, just right up and took me running the red light, and that was it. It was like about 1 o'clock in the morning. I remember like it was yesterday.
So you migrated to Houston. What was it like finding your career path? How quick did you find that career path that you currently in? What process did you go through with that?
Oh, it was a journey, to be honest. I had went through so many different obstacles with that. Because first I didn't know what I want to do. I was going to be straight up. I didn't know what direction I was going to go. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was working at, I don't know if y'all remember downtown Aquarium, and I was working at parks. I worked at Six Flags in New Orleans and transferred to Houston. So I always worked at parks. I was like in the management field and with parks. So that's all I knew was parks. Like I said, maybe I need to go to school for recreation or go to school, stuff like that. Maybe get a master's in that. But after I wound up closing down, I wound up working at downtown Aquarium. And I moved up in downtown Aquarium for a while. And then after that, I still trying to figure out my way. I was still trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I'm just going to work and that's it. No type of career, no type of purpose, no type of drive. Just going to work and that's it. And so finally, I started realizing, okay, I'm good with computers. So I started going to school. This place called, you remember Everest? Remember school? It's called Everest.
What's it called?
Everest Institute. Y'all remember that college?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so, I see that commercial before. Yeah. It's like a long time ago. It was like years ago. It was like way back in probably like 08 or 09, 1 or 2. But anyway, I was wound up going to get my diploma. Well, not necessarily a diploma, a certificate for computer network systems, right? And so, of course, that was like a waste of time. Like, really, it was a waste of time. Even though my mom considered it as an accomplishment, I consider it's not an accomplishment because all it was like a piece of paper to me. I'm just being honest. So then I wound up going to school back in 2010. Back in 2010, 2011, to IT Tech to get my associate degree in computer network systems. So now I'm moving in the right direction because I was very good with computers. Still listed to this day. And next thing you know, I was gonna go to school for my bachelor's for software development, but they had that program. So I was kind of a little upset. They ain't had the program. So then I saw a program where it says project management for my bachelor's. I said, you know what, let me take a look at that because I'm very good at organizations. Let me take a look at that. And I want to go to school to get my bachelor's degree in project management. So then I finally found that direction. So, okay, I'm good at project management. And then after that, I wound up graduating with my bachelor's, but I had like a stumble block. That's where that documentary's going to come in. We'll probably touch up on that in a little bit, but I had like a big gap where I was out for like maybe a few months due to my trauma. We're going to touch up on that in a minute.
Okay.
I was able to graduate with my associates and I was able to graduate with my bachelor's in project management. And then I was able to go back to school to get my master's in project management. And so that's why I'm labeled as a project manager, because a lot of people know that I can manage your projects from start to finish, know how to quarterback from start to finish, because some people don't know which way to go. Some people need organization, some people need coordination, and some people need structure, and I was very good with that. And so that's why I have that title as project manager. Actually, I'm working on a consulting business in the near future. That's one of my projects I'm working on as we speak. But yeah, that's how I was able to find that career path. And also, y'all probably gonna ask, what about the financial advisor?
Yeah.
So let me tell you how that started. So financial advisor basically, I actually got started in New Orleans back when I was 19 and 20. But at the time, I didn't take it serious because, like I said, I'm still young, still running the streets, still doing this. But people didn't realize, I was street smart, also book smart and Bible smart. Like people didn't realize that, and I was like, oh, you got that one man. Like I feel like I was your boy off of Boys in the Hood, Trey. That I feel like I was him.
You feel like you was Trey?
Yeah, you got that smart, but you got a little hood, but you smart at the same time. You got that one dude in the clique. I was that dude. Hung with a bunch of dope dealers, killers. But I was one dude that was going to church, going, you know what I'm saying? I was that dude. Like everybody come to me. Cause like, man, I'm gonna go talk to Coop because he laid back and chill. Like, but he ain't gonna, I was that dude. But anyway, me and my partner, we was building a business in the financial industry, but we didn't take it serious because, like I said, we stood running the streets, not taking it serious at the same time. But then when I moved to Houston, like I said, when I moved to Houston, the business came back to me again. I said, you know what, here it is, and here we go again. And I'm rounding up doing it again, but this time, once again, I didn't take it serious. I didn't get the license for it like I was supposed to. And I said, you know what, I'm just going to put it to the back burner. Then once again, came to me again. Once again, being hard-headed, not taking it serious. Then 8 months later, 8 months, let's say right now, back in March of 2020, 2020, that's when it really came back to me again. I said, no, I'm not running no more. I'm not running. And so basically, my purpose for financial advisor is to specialize life insurance. I specialize in that deeply and in investment. I'm gonna tell you why I specialize that and focus on life insurance, because people don't really take that serious unless something happens to them in their households. And life insurance is not about just burying someone. It's about replacing your income. It's about leaving something behind for your family. And a lot of people don't have that in place. Especially us black people.
Don't get too deep into it though, because we got an episode about that Friday.
Really? I ain't gonna spill it, but it's very. All I'm trying to tell you is very important. That's why I specialize. That's where I focus on the most. And then I have a team. Actually, I have a team right now as we speak that's with me, actually help me serve that in our community. And I'm steady building, so people realize how important this really is. But yeah, that's why I have like two different types of positions that I have now hold, and both of the positions serve a purpose.
For sure. So how closely related do you feel like project management and financial advising are?
They both serve the community, and I'm gonna tell you why I say they both serve. And I keep on saying that word serve because that's my purpose, is to serve. And what I mean by serving means that I have a calling in my life to serve, because like I said before, can I touch on my documentary?
Yeah.
Can I touch on that? Because it's gonna fit what I'm about to say.
Yeah, you can nail down. We can mix this shit up for sure.
Yeah, so the documentary is based on I was shot multiple times. Yeah, I was shot multiple times here in Houston back in April 28, 2012. I was shot like at least about 6-7 times. And so during that time, when I was laying on the ground full of blood and just huffing and puffing, trying to stay alive and on life support, I did say 3 words, God help me. I did. I was able to have enough breath in my body to say, God help me. And so here I am today to share the fact that this is another chance of life, and I'm not going to take that for granted. So right now I'm here to help people make an impact on people's lives. That's in the finance industry and in the project management industry, where I'll be able to help people and share the skills that I have, so people can be served, be helped, make an impact, and be able to just be there, just be the light and be the solution to people's situations. And so that's why I aim at those 2 different positions, and they all fit in the same category, if that makes sense.
I got you.
And so that's why the documentary is so important, because it's going to highlight like 3-4 different things. Number 1 is that gun violence has gotten out of control. Houston, New Orleans, Detroit, Chicago, California, whatever case may be, gun violence has gotten out of control. and I was a victim of that. And then I survived it to live and tell about it. Number two, I wasn't covered with life insurance. So let's say if I did pass away and I had nothing in place for my family, nothing. And so that's number two. And number three, I just want to serve. That's all. I just want to serve and let people know that God is real. God is faithful. He's the main reason why I'm today talking to you guys and just talking to the whole world about my journey. In a documentary, that's why a documentary is called The Miracle Speaks, because I'm a miracle that's speaking. And it's telling the story.
All right. So with the documentary, you like to shout out anyone involved with that?
Oh, shout out to Rashida, DNC Visual. She's the mastermind. I'm the project manager, but she's the mastermind of the shooting different types of scenes, asking the right questions. So y'all need, if y'all wanted a good documentary or music video, Rashida DNC Visual, follow her on Instagram. She is amazing. And she's amazing. Oh, also I want to shout out to my partner, Pop Darby as well. That's like my big. That's like my big little brother. Cause I'm older than him. Yeah, I'm older than him. But I look up to him at the same time because his vision and his execution just like, I'm gonna be honest with you. He's one of the reasons why he kept pushing me. Coop, we're gonna get this documentary. Coop, we're gonna get this documentary. We got a story. We gotta get this out. 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 I said, nah, we're gonna get this out. Ain't no excuse in 2021, because actually I pushed it back because I was looking for perfection. Mm-hmm. But I said, you know what? I'm just going ahead and knock it out, and we're gonna go ahead and do this and make an impact on this world. And also shout out to Tierra. Tierra, that's like my sis. That's like my sis right there, man.
TLJ Agency.
Yes, sir. That's my sis right there. And she also pushes me too. We hold each other accountable, especially me. She holds me accountable. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I can name so many people, like so many people. Shout out to just Andy. You know, man, like her too. Like, man, Coop's doing.
We be plugged in with all these people, like one way or another.
That. I'm like, man, I saw that. I'm like, man, they got all my peeps. Like, all my whole squad.
Yeah, it's a lot of love out there, for real.
Mm-hmm.
You surrounded by some strong, excellent people, like for real.
You have to. That's a must. I live by that. I was basically used to hang around with the wrong people back in the Gap, and I got talked to. Actually, got a whooping mentally. Like, cool, you can't, the route you go on, you can't handle the same people. So,
thanks.
Yeah, you mentioned like having perfection with the documentary. Like sometimes you might feel like the shit ain't good, but you go back and look at it, that shit gonna be dope, man. Like for real,
is. Because that's why I'm posting different videos. Like they ain't all. That's why I got more. just you know what I'm saying. Just basically just showing people like this is what's going to happen. Like right now, I got to do my own sit down tomorrow. Where shit tomorrow I can speak. Like my own sit down, because we need everybody's. Now it's my time to actually sit down like I'm doing now and just tell the whole story. So we can actually fit that in there and stuff like that. Now everybody been asking me, we ain't gonna drop it. Don't know yet. Right now we still working. Everybody, we gonna stream it at? Still working. But them dates, all information's coming real soon. Because I'm ready to drop it actually right now. But it's a lot of work we have to do. Some things we gotta take place, some things we gotta put in place, stuff like that in order to drop it. Because I want to make sure the world, our main goal is to make an impact on the world, make this go viral.
Mm-hmm. For sure. But yeah, like damn, don't feel like it ain't good enough. Like once you do get it like to finish point, don't feel like it's not good enough. Because sometimes we feel like some episodes ain't good, but we go back and listen to them, we like that shit was good. So damn. Yeah. So it be shit like that you gotta look for.
Mm-hmm. So can you talk a little bit about like how your day goes as a financial advisor?
Honestly, I read books. Matter of fact, my book is. I can't get it right now. I read like 2 different books. One's called Building a Network Marketing, and the other book is called Mind Blown. And so I read those 2 books all to keep my mind focused, because right now you're gonna have people that's going to reject what you have going on, and the right people are actually gonna listen because they need this information that you're expressing it to them. So I deal with that on a regular basis. Also, I deal with my team that actually helping me with that at the same time. Asking like, cool, what's a good strategy to talk to people about what we do? Oh, cool, what's a good strategy? How you handle rejections? Cool. And I said, you're gonna have rejections regardless. But the right person is going to see exactly what you're talking about. And I'm always asking God every day to send me those people that's actually going to listen and take heed, actually join their business or become a client, so we can help them whatever they have going on with their financial needs. Some people don't like you in their business. They don't.
Right.
Because reason why? Because you really kind of like low key check them. It's like you kind of low key check them, but you did it in a positive way. But they don't want to hear it at the same time because you know they need this, but they don't want to take it because maybe come from you, or maybe just like, no, I'm not ready, but they need to be ready. And so I go through that almost all day. And people don't realize I still have a 9 to 5. People don't realize that I've been 9 to 5 as the bank protection officer at a bank. So I don't know that.
You get to the bag.
Yes, a lot of people don't know that. Like,
Get to all the bags.
I still have a 9 to 5, but the main goal is to be done at 9 to 5 somewhere, hopefully and prayerfully by September. Be done with 9 to 5, so I can really focus on my purpose. But as a living life as a financial advisor, talking to people what I do, it could be challenging, but it's a great challenge because it helped me step out my comfort zone a lot. Because at first, I'll be honest with y'all, and I don't know y'all into zodiac signs, but as Aquarius, we are not friendly. We are not. But
it's Aquarius season, ain't it?
Huh?
It's Aquarius season, ain't it?
It is, man.
You just had a birthday?
Yeah, I just had a birthday on the 25th of January.
Oh, shit. Happy belated.
Thank you. Getting up there. But I didn't really do nothing because that documentary weekend, that was my birthday present for me. Last year, I took up last year. But this year, I didn't really do too much like I normally do. But it took a lot for me to actually, because at first, like I said, I was not a real people person. I was not a people person at all. That was like years ago, until I started being around different people, network with different people, talking to different people, and I got out of that. Because at first, I was not friendly. But now I didn't got to the point where I talk to different people, share what I do, especially the finance advice, because now since it's COVID, we do everything on Zoom.
Yeah,
so that's another thing I was going to touch upon. We do everything on Zoom. Anything like appointments, everything is on Zoom.
Yeah, Zoom stock went through the roof. We're going to get into like stocks and shit later, though. But Zoom stock went through the roof once they got the pandemic hit. Shit, crazy. For real. Mm-hmm. So, what do you feel like three pros and 3 cons of your career field you in? Financial advising and project management.
The pros, I'm going to start with the pros. But no, I'm going to start with the cons. The cons, basically for both, I'm going to say financial advisor and project management. People don't want to hear solutions. That's the con. It's like they don't want to, just like they don't want to hear solutions. They always want to focus on the problem. And I'm giving you the solution to that. But they don't want to hear that. That's one of the cons. Second cons is how should I explain this? The second cons of that is rejections. We get a lot of rejections sometimes. That's the cons of that. We get a lot of rejections, but we actually overcome those because that's part of life. That's gonna happen. And the last one I can say is that pretty much is those 2 that I experienced. Now for pros, I get to meet people. You probably like, okay, you just said not too long ago that you're not friendly. Like I say, I grew out of that. So now I love meeting people. That's the pros, that I can be able to meet people. I can be able to provide a solution for them. I could be able to help them. And just network with different people. Like, you'd be surprised the type of stories you hear from people that we actually would motivate you and brighten your day. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know that. Like, I didn't know you was going through this. And I get it made just by hearing this story. So that's like really the pros of that. And then another thing was, were we able to get them approved or certain different things, or we was able to finish the project from start to finish, stuff like that. It was like that's like a beautiful thing. Like we finally finished this, or we finally get you approved for this and approved for that, and you got your fan protected and this and that, and you good to go. Like that's like the most greatest thing that put a smile on your face, like gives you joy, like you actually help them and solve their situation or provide a solution for them.
So you like solving the problem. You feel accomplished after you solve the problem.
Exactly, because that's what we're here for. We're not here to focus on the problem. We're here to solve it. We're not here to focus on the problem. We're here to provide a solution. We need to focus on the solution. I should have wrote that shirt about the solution. I have a pot of mine that has a brand that sells shirts about solution. I should have wrote that shirt, but that's basically we focus on the solution, not just focus on the problem. So I'm very big on that.
Fact. So, man, with you being a financial advisor, how do you feel about the current stock market situation?
You see, crazy part about the stock market, and I have a problem with this. A lot of people are getting information from people about stocks that's not licensed. Like, yes, I know we got Bitcoins, and I know we got Robinhood, and this and that. I know we got all that, but people are not really getting the information, and I'm not really in. I mean, I'm into it, but not into it. But I'm going to get into it. That's one thing that I'm going to learn more about this year, because I'm planning on sitting with somebody about that too, that's licensed in that area, because you can't talk to everybody about stock that's not licensed. And I see that a lot on Facebook. Like I see people post this about that, post this about this stocks, that stock, this stock, Apple, and this and that, but don't know what they're doing. Because you're going to buy what Facebook telling you to do. You're going to buy what Instagram telling you. You're going to buy what Twitter telling you to do. And those people are probably not licensed to even talk to you about that. And so I'm still learning more about that this year as we speak, but I'm not going to go by Facebook. I'm going to go by somebody that actually know what they're doing, actually know what they're talking about. And I know a couple people.
For sure. So you, as a financial advisor, do you feel like knowing, like understanding the stock market is a good thing? You know what I'm saying? Is investing in it a good thing?
Most definitely. Because it's going to help you in the future. Like your money going to double in the future. And so it's great to know about it and actually get some clarity on how to go into stocks. And because that's going to benefit you in the long run. Like people say, well, I don't see that right now. Well, you're not going to see anything right now. That's why you got to let it build up.
You got to hold that motherfucker.
Yeah, you can't. The people say, well, why am I getting paid right now? No, it's not designed like that. You want that quick money. No, that don't work that way. If that's the case, you might as well go trading.
Mm-hmm. Options. Yeah. But with the crypto and shit, that shit could happen like that.
It can, but you gotta know what you're doing. I'm still like, I heard about that. If I heard about that, what, like 4 weeks ago about that, I say, no, I don't want to learn more about that, because I know a couple people that's into it. I believe they're licensed, but now anybody can tell you anything. Oh, I'm licensed. Like, let me see some paperwork. Let me see some paperwork. Oh, I'm like, let me see some paperwork. I'm serious. Let me see some paperwork.
Yeah, if you know how that shit work, you can goddamn just be out there doing your own shit. You ain't really need like
exactly. And I ain't knocking because they got some people that actually know what they talking about. That's not licensed. They know exactly what they talking about. Like, okay, it makes sense. But I mean, people getting gypped, people getting messed over, people money getting lost in this stuff. I've been hearing all kinds of different stories because they don't know what they're doing. Because they're going by what their partner told them, or what their mama told them, or their daddy told them, or their uncle, or their partner, or their best friend, or their bestie, whatever case may be.
Shit, they can't blame those people that they listening to. They got to blame themselves. They made those decisions on their own still at the same time.
True.
So then
they gonna buy what somebody else told them, and they telling you.
They just like influencing them, but it ain't the person that's influencing you. It's not their fault. It's your fault for making those choices. If it goes bad, you gotta hold yourself accountable. Be like, I gotta goddamn invest more smart next time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, that's why they say like the golden rule of investing in the stock market is don't put money in there that you counting on. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like if you feel like you can't lose this money, don't put it in there.
Yeah, don't put your last in there.
Definitely not. Put some little extra play with money in there. See where that shit goes.
Exactly. Like exactly. Don't just put don't put your bill money in there.
Nah,
Like,
definitely don't put the bill money
don't put
in
your
there.
everyday money in there. Like don't do that. Like
Put your weed money in there.
yeah, don't put your alcohol money in there.
Yeah, already.
Yeah, but don't. If you got some money that you've been saving, and you got some money that you've been saving, you want to invest in, okay, use that money. But don't use your money though, like your bill money or let me say your everyday money, your food money, because for some reason we love to eat. So you don't want to waste that.
You could use your food money because you don't
Then
need to
you
be
could,
eating out
because
every
that
day.
would train you. That would actually discipline you.
Yeah.
So you eat at home, cook at home.
In the kitchen.
Yeah.
Water
cook
whipping.
at home or something.
Yeah. So now we talked about the documentary a little bit. Anything else you wanted to say on the documentary? You got a name for it?
The Miracle Speaks.
The Miracle Speaks.
Yeah, The Miracle Speaks, because right now I'm a miracle that's speaking about it. Mm-hmm. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I changed that title about 3-4 times. I ain't gonna lie to you. At first I had it, The Miracle Walks, but everybody using that, The Miracle Walks, because I'm technically is walking. I'm a miracle that is walking. I'm like, nah, I don't want that. Then I changed it to The Miracle, something like that. Just The Miracle. I'm like, nah, I need something that's. I was doing a lot of research. Then I say, you know what? The Miracle Speaks, because I'm literally talking and telling a story. I'm a miracle to actually telling a story. Then I had another name called The Testimony Walks, because I am a living testimony. Mm-hmm. I'm like, nah. So I need something that's kind of like a little catchy a little bit. And I named it The Miracle Speaks, and I just kept it there. Because she was going back and forth, like, I said, no, Miracle Speaks. I said, no, I like that. I said, yeah, The Miracle Speaks.
If you need another name, you can call it The Miracle is Lit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's saying lit.
The Miracle is lit.
Yeah, The Miracle is lit.
So she was asking you the interview questions on there, or they were like other people involved asking you the questions?
Well, the reason why you noticed was a lot of people else. If you even noticed, we were doing an interview with other people because they was there during my journey. Mm-hmm. Those people that you saw, they was there during my journey. If you noticed, we was in my church. That's my pastor. We did. If you saw us, and there was a lady. She's my mentor. She's my mentor. She's also a regional vice president. She's also a regional vice president for our brokerage company. That we specialize for life insurance, because she's gonna speak about that. I had to put it in the documentary. Also, I had this may sound crazy, y'all, and I had my ex. My ex came and spoke too, because she was my girlfriend during that time. Yeah. And she experienced it from the start all the way to the time I was actually recovered. So it was right to put her in. Yeah, of course, he saw my mom. I only saw my mom and dad in. My mom and dad is in there as well, because I had to put them in there, and then killed. I tell you, they killed the interview. Like, like they did this for years. Like they nailed it. So, of course, this is part of my journey. My pastor, it was really like a lot of people, but I'm talking about the people that actually was there, helped me get my medication and helped me learn to walk again. Took me to college, and speaking of college, I'm gonna go back to the college part. During that time I was shot, that's what I was getting my associate's degree. So I had to basically put school to the side because I was shot. I was in the hospital for almost I was in ICU maybe 6 days on life support. A lot of people didn't know I was on life support, and a lot of people didn't realize that I almost didn't make it. Like, I was literally fighting for my life. I almost didn't make it. Like, it was one of those days where should we put life support? Should we pull it? Should we pull it? Should we pull it? Yeah, it was one of those types, because I wasn't bringing my own. But anyway, I was in ICU, and then they finally moved me to a room because they were saying that I was actually recovering quick. Like, I was healing real quick. And so during that time, I was in my own room. And then keep in mind, I couldn't talk. I had wires in my mouth. I couldn't even talk. So I had to drink through a straw, eat through a straw too. And I lost a lot of weight. You probably like, well, you still slim, but I lost a lot of weight. I was really like a toothpick, like a straw. Like, my body was shaped like a straw, because I lost a lot of weight. But during that time, it was a recovery process. And then finally, I was able to go go with occupational therapist and physical therapist at the same time. And so next thing you know, my therapist said, okay, now that you all get back rid, I want you to return back to school. I said, excuse me? I said, return back to school. But I'm not even 100% better. Doesn't matter. You need to get back into the rhythm. I said, okay. So I was able to ask my dad to take me to school, because at the time I still had a neck brace on. I still had 2 splits in my arm, my hands like this. I couldn't even ball a fist. I'm like, but y'all want me to return back to school. So I walked into the school. The dean mouth just dropped. Like, his mouth just dropped because he's like, seen a ghost. Because he thought I was dead. He thought I was going to recover because he was one of the first people to find out that I was shot. And he's like, are you returning back to school? You okay? How are you? I said, I'm good. I'm ready to go back to school, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, can you handle 4 classes? I said, I probably have a choice because I had to catch up. Because normally you take 3 classes per semester. But I had to take 4 to catch up. So I went to the registry. And she had the same question. Cooper, are you really can handle 4 classes? And I said, I have a choice. So, all right, I'm going to register for class and you start this week. Like, this week? Like, okay. And so I'm trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to take notes in class? How am I going to take notes in class? I still can't even write yet. So these lovely laptops that you see in the background, which I had these at the time, had a laptop. I said, okay, I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to start taking notes, typing, using my laptop. So I had to type my notes because I can still type this a little bit, but I still couldn't hold a pen because my hands were still stiff because of the nerve damage on my body due to the bullets. And so I was able to type. So that's how I was able to get through school, by typing my notes. And all my tests was on the computer. So that was a blessing. All my tests was on, and my exam was on the computer. And so that's how I was able to get my social, even though it was like a 6 to 7 month gap, and get my social degree for school. That's why I said I was going to come back to that, because I said this documentary is going to make sense with the school at the same time, because it was like a big gap in between when I was shot and I had to really put school to the side and then return back, even though I was still not 100% better yet.
Yeah, I'm definitely ready to check that out once it comes to finalization. I'm ready to hear.
I can't wait.
Because I know you can't say certain stuff on here. You want to say it for the documentary, so I'm definitely ready to hear the whole
I don't want to
thing.
get a little too more deep into it because there's a lot more where you talk about some tears and everything from family, all kind of stuff, like the journey my mama had to go through. Trust me, when you hear them, you're like, my goodness. Especially hear from a mother, because no mother want to hear their son being shot, and you wonder if your son gonna survive, or your daughter gonna survive, or your nephew gonna survive, or your niece gonna survive. So it's really a hurtful situation. So I shout out to all mothers that have sons out here, man. It's protect them, pray for them, protect them, and pray for them. Well, actually, pray for and protect them.
For sure.
Facts.
So you have any other financial what else can we expect from T Coop in 2021?
So right now I'm building my own agency as we speak, which is in the financial industry. Right now I'm building. I have a team right now of about 7, 8 people. I'm still looking for more people because I can't do it by myself. That's number 1. Number 2, yes, I'm currently also building a project management consulting business towards the fall. That's going to be towards the fall. I'm still putting some things together. Of course, my documentary, and also working on another project. It's another project with, I don't know if I saw this group called TDN. That's Baby Network. Right now, as you know, I used to be personality as well, but right now I'm not doing personality anymore because I can't be a project manager and a personality at the same time. So one gotta go. So I'm very good at behind the scenes and managing. That's me. Personality, I love it, but that's not me anymore. I can't do that. And so right now we are working on a project with up and coming radio station called Firearm Radio. And right now they're in the process of getting some stuff and getting some things together. We're supposed to be helping with their upcoming studio as well. So that's something that I'm working on with them. That's coming up right now. They're dealing with some some of my issues with switching management of the building. You know how that goes. We try to get this building and switch management, all that type of great stuff. But that's what I'm working on with them pretty soon. And that's pretty much it I have going on so far. But anything can change to now and to tomorrow.
Facts.
Like anything can change. I can be pulled here, pulled there, pulled this way, pulled that way. Anything can change in seconds. And I'm going to believe in that because I'm always being pulled in different directions. That is half.
That's a fact. So what financial? What'd you say?
My bad. I'm gonna mention this artist. Rashad Miller. Rashad Miller has a song called "I Can't Breathe." Y'all need to follow him. This song called "I Can't Breathe." I'm in that video. If y'all don't know, y'all saw me in that video with my hand doing like this, doing this, in one of those pictures. He has a song called "I Can't Breathe" that's highlighting gun violence and police brutality, and we plan on using this song in my documentary too, because it fits it fits the concept of what we are trying to promote.
Rashad Miller. It's on YouTube or where can we?
YouTube. Rashad Miller. The link is in his bio. The link is in his bio. His name is Rashad Miller. Look him up. Follow him. That song. Shout out to his. I can't think of that dude's name. That shot that video. I think it's Shot something like that. Shot. So I wish I could really have it down pat, but he shot that video and he nailed it. Like killed it. And so we plan on using that song for the documentary too.
All right, cool. What's one more piece of financial advice you give for the viewers and listeners out there?
Man, get your family covered. Get your family covered. That's all I'm gonna leave. Get your family covered and make sure you leave an inheritance and income behind them, because you'll never know what's gonna happen tomorrow, next day. I'm getting sick and tired of people. Oh, I'm gonna let you know. Next week, or give me about 2 weeks, and you may not make it 2 weeks. And I've seen it firsthand. You may not make it to tomorrow. You may probably make it the next second, or the next day, or the next minute, or the next hour. And so you get your family protected. That's all I'm leaving with. Get them protected ASAP. I mean, do you want to rush? Yes. Do you want to put a sense of urgency? Yes. Then, because you can pay for anything else, but you got the money for it, but you'd rather spend on something else instead of having your family protected. And I'm talking to the mothers and the fathers, especially the father, because men, for some reason, I'm sorry, I'm going a little too fast. For some reason, we are stubborn in that area. We are stubborn. Women got it down pat. The women got it down pat, but the fathers, the black men, for some bad reason, we get stubborn behind that kind of stuff. And I realize this is important for your family, and you're a leader of your family, and you're supposed to be the provider. That's a good way to be a provider right there. You get them covered.
For sure. All right. So you was in the podcast as one of the hosts. How many times have you been a guest on the podcast?
Honestly, this is the first time I'm a host. I mean, it's the first actually being on the interview side. The first, because I was always doing the hosting. Like I was the hosting all the time. And that's why I say, I'm getting to be on the interview. This is a shock, because you know what? This is my second. My second time. I know, the first time, long time ago, for that same ball, because they brought me as a guest, and they saw where, how I was just being me, and that's another, man, cool, you might as well just become one of the personalities. I said, okay, cool. And that was 2-3 years ago. But honestly, I kind of miss it in some sense, because I meet so many different artists, entrepreneurs, speakers, motivational speakers, even pastors. That's what also that made me a people person too. Because I remember I was telling y'all I wasn't a friendly person until I got in that industry too. That made me become a people person and talking to different people, stuff like that. Because now I get to know what they do, what type of projects they're working on, what type of business they're running, what type of stories they have, and it's amazing.
Yeah, I agree, because we ain't friendly either, but this platform right here make us a little more friendly.
It force you to. It will force you. You had no choice. It will force you to become friendly. because you got to talk to people, ask them questions and stuff like that. You may get some. I don't know. I don't want to say on here. I ain't gonna say it. But
Say it, man. We bold, boisterous, and
oh,
blunt.
that's okay. You gonna get some artists on there like their music straight whack and I'm just gonna put it out there. And they can tell you, Cooper's honest, but still, I'm like, man, my song is dope. I'm like, and I listen to your lyrics, I listen to your bars. I'm like, and I got this face expression. I'm like, this is bars. Like, this is what you. All right, and that's why if you go back to my Instagram, and I had the little meme when somebody like do like this, like it's gonna be tight, it's gonna be tight, and come out garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like,
so did you have any say so or who came on the show or
like artist wise or
anybody like? Well, it's definitely artists since we talking about artists.
Like they come to the show, like what you mean?
Like to get interviewed, you had any like control over who came as a guest?
Like, did you do any picking for like?
Honestly,
was you scouting talent?
I was really the scheduler. I was always booking people because I had that. I had that kind of gift where I can talk to people and get them come to the show. Like we had some good artists that came, and I was actually to reach out. Some actually reached out to me, like, man, how get on the show, Coop? How get on the show? Are you gonna get on the show? And what I do, anytime somebody will get on the show, yes, I do some recruiting. I'll be scrolling Instagram. I'll be listening to their music. Like I'll be seeing their following. I say, okay, yeah, he got some dope music. Oh, he got some dope songs. Oh, he's following me. We got like 5, 6, 8 people following him. Okay, cool. I said we bring them on because we want to give them that platform. But our main focus was we were trying to come at the local artists. We don't want the mainstream artists because they already got the popularity, they already got the exposure, they already got the platform already. But they got some dope artists that don't have none of that, and they dope.
Yeah, for real. You ever heard of GualaMeetsWorld?
I heard of him, but I didn't hear his music. But I heard his name.
Yeah.
I heard his name, but I didn't hear his music. So I really want to check him out.
Yeah, that nigga dope, man. You gotta check him
out.
Yeah.
You got people like D Flowers and Little Jeremy and like them boys making some noise.
Yeah, I heard D Flowers. I feel with D Flowers
making some noise. And then my partner, like I said, Rashad Miller, he's definitely making some noise. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I keep shouting him out because he's getting that recognition. But they kind of, you know what I'm saying? They be sleeping on like that's why he going so hard because he's dope. Like that boy making some noise. That's what I'm saying. That Can't Breathe song, my goodness. And he's the battle rap too. So
yeah,
he's dope. So like I'm saying, we used to interview artists like that, and I hear some of the lyrics. I'm like, damn, this dude dope. And then he got some like, who told you can rap?
They need to stick to their day job.
Yeah, singers too. Like we had some R&B artists that came over there. I'm like, who told me your vocals was this? Who told you your vocals was on point? Like, you know, and like I said, I'm a music junkie. I love music. I know I can't sing, but I know some real singing when I hear it. And I'm like, man, who told you have vocals? Or who told you can spit those balls? You know what I'm saying? So
I had to look at it as a different way because, man, I'm an artist myself, and artists we sensitive about our shit, man, for real.
Oh,
so you know what I'm saying? I look at it as I don't call nobody whack. I don't take an interest in your craft, right. You know what I'm saying, in your content or whatever. But
also too, I'm learning this too, as well. That like, for example, I go to a lot of poetry events.
Yeah,
I go to a lot of poetry events. Shout out to Scott Free and Courtney Lynn. They got a brand called We Go Live. They do open mic poetry every other Friday night at the Media Block. And they be having some dope poets. And I'm like, I love poetry. And they said the same thing you said. They're sensitive about this shit. Like,
for real.
Like, and I respect that because it's not easy to get up there. It's not easy to get up there in front of people and just speak poetry. I'm talking about that hardcore, not that roses, red, violets, no. I'm talking about that hardcore type of poetry. And especially one that's old mic and they're burdened to the mic, those want to go the hardest.
Yeah.
The ones that be burdened to the mic, those want to go the hardest. Because they got something to prove.
For sure.
Like, and so yes, I love poetry. Like, I take that like seriously. I didn't met some dope poets. I don't know y'all, but they did a show called Poet versus Rappers. Y'all heard of that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they did one last year. It was like Poet versus Rappers. You know, it was really, you got the rapper on the side and you got the poet. It was boom, going at it. Like, so they said the poets won, of course. I missed. I had nothing to attend to that day, but they said the poets killed them. Well, not they said it killed them, but it was really a battle between the rap, and they both was killing it, but the poets was like straight smashing.
So what would you say your favorite episode of 1409 podcast is?
Honestly,
Besides episode 88.
I'll say Terrance.
Girl
Okay,
Boss Sweets.
That's like 49.
Yeah, and the reason why I say her because she has a journey. She had a journey, and I think she had shared her journey personally one time, where she came from, stuff like that. And I love her execution style, and I don't think she realized this. And I'm saying on air too, and I think I said to her face that I do look up to her in her execution style and how she execute, and I love it. And so, like, she's like boom, 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 like we gotta get it. And then not gonna lie, Just Andy, that's another one.
2 times.
Yeah, so those two right there. Those two right there. Because I'm just now starting to really check y'all out because I've been so busy, but I've been sitting down and checking y'all stuff out, and y'all doing some work. And I'm shout y'all out because when y'all see me that format, I'm like, well, this is organized. This is what I'm talking about. I know what to expect. I know what to expect. I know what to look for. I'm like, yeah, I'm cool with this. Instead of going there, I'm like, okay, what I'm gonna be doing?
It might throw some curveballs in there now, depending on how you answer the questions, but everything else, pretty much, we ain't gonna have you coming in blind now. Hell no.
No.
Yeah, you trying to do a curveball, trying to ask me who's the backup quarter for the Saints last year.
Yeah, you was ready, so shit. There it is. All right, shit. That's what's up, you guys. I say Tiara, she paved the way for a lot what's going on with 1409 right now. For sure. Tiara and
she's doing great things, and I'm gonna shout out to the women in entrepreneurship. Right now, the women are killing the game in entrepreneurship.
You're right.
Like, when I see Girl Boss Sweets and I see these women coming through there, I'm like, I just shake my head like, come on, man, what we doing?
You be in there, huh?
Like, what we doing? Like, what are y'all doing? What we doing? So, and I'm seeing Girl Boss Sweet like right now. This had an event a couple days ago. I'm like, what are we doing? They having a girl brunch and they having this and that. I'm like,
yeah, that was yesterday. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
yeah, they doing
what we doing?
They're doing the damn thing for sure.
Like, what we doing? And
I love to see it.
Oh, I love it. Like, I love it. I always, every time I see them pictures and videos, I'm like, yeah, they're doing it. Every time I turn, they got an event for women. They got this for women. They got that for women. But man, what we doing? Killing.
Oh, really? All right, you got that. So who would you like to see on 1409 in the future?
Rashida.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well.
All right, it might happen sooner. Might be sooner than you think.
Yeah, I like to see Rashida next. You know, she's a quiet type of worker, and she don't really get much. She gets credit, but I want her to get that exposure because she does a great job, and the kind of work she does, the time that she gives, the energy that she gives, is amazing. So that's why I say y'all need to have her. And number 2, y'all need to have Rashad Miller. Rashad Miller.
We could definitely get Rashad Miller.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, we're gonna look him up and we're gonna.
Yeah, and when y'all do, and y'all make that happen, tell them T Coop sent y'all.
All right,
so T Coop, yeah. Those two right there, most definitely, because right now they're making some big moves. I mean, I got more people that I know. Like I can say Rosie Bush. She's also an artist as well. I love this Rosie Bush. Get her as well. She got an amazing song called Natural. That's the name of the song, Natural. And she has
Rosie Bush.
And another person. Y'all got me started now. Another person named Jennifer Gardner. She has a neo soul type of voice. She's an engineer. She's an artist. She's a gospel artist. She's a mother. She got so many different titles. Jennifer Gardner. I think her Instagram is JG something like that.
So when you say engineer, you mean like
music engineer?
Okay.
Music engineer.
Yeah.
And she's another like. She's amazing. Like that's my sis. Yeah, it's like my sis right there. She really gonna bless y'all. Y'all might, matter of fact, y'all might ask her to sing for y'all because she.
Oh, we will. You think we won't?
So those 4 people right there: Rashida, Rashad Miller, Rosie Bush, and JG, which is Jennifer Gardner.
All right, send us their profiles. Well, don't send us Rashida. We got Rashida already. Profile. Just send me the rest of the profiles in DM. Then we're gonna,
Matter of fact, I hope I can be able to watch that because I want.
Hey man, if you can't watch it live, it's always here for you to watch it at your leisure. You know what I'm saying? That's one good thing about it.
Yeah,
you can listen to the audio too.
Yeah, it's on all platforms. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, thank y'all. Y'all doing big things. Big things.
What's that question of the day, Mr. GualaMeetsWorld?
Hey man, we got a financial advisor on here today, so I had to ask something in the financial area. What's the most ridiculous thing you have bought? Question of the day.
Like the most ridiculous thing?
Just the most ridiculous thing you ever bought. What was it? I got to think about that shit too.
Honestly, man, this old raggedy gun I bought about some years ago. No, it was a Atari. It was Atari. It was a 40 Atari. That gun was garbage. But I needed a gun ASAP because somebody broke into my car and took my 9 one time. Yeah. And so I needed a gun ASAP, and that gun was garbage.
Hold on now. What kind of Taurus 40 was it? Because I had a Taurus 40 back in the day.
It was it was like this small. It was like this small. And people was making fun of me for that gun and everything. I mean, now I have a Glock now, but I ain't afraid to say it. But due to my situation. But it was like I can remember that gun. It was like a small 40. It was Atari.
Was it a 24/7?
Yeah, that's it.
No, man, I ain't gonna let you pass the 24/7. You had a Gen 2 24/7?
No. I tried. It's been a while. How long ago that was? It was like 9 years ago. I had that gun. Like 9 years old. Hold on. Like 5 years ago. I'm trying to remember 5, 6 years ago.
I ain't gonna let you talk shit about the 24/7 Gen 2 because that Taurus.
That was not Gen 2. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while, but that was probably the most ridiculous thing I ever bought. Was that? Not trying to tuck down that gun, but I need a gun ASAP. And during that time, I didn't really know about guns until I know now. But at the time, I just bought anything. But it was another ridiculous thing I bought one time. This is recently too. It was some shoes one time that I bought. Oh, some polo shoes.
Some polo shoes.
Yeah, it was some polo shoes. The wrong, yeah.
You got the USPA.
I like the polo. I like polo, but
it's a USPA.
I would show y'all the shoes, but it was. At first, I have a tendency to like something, then that's like, wow, I bought that.
Oh man. Hey, yeah. I think my ask the question again.
What's the most ridiculous thing you ever bought?
All right, I wanted to word it correctly. Most ridiculous thing I bought this car. I bought a Pontiac.
Hold up, tell me what's wrong with Pontiac, boy. That's back in the gap, though.
It ain't because it's a Pontiac. It's just because that shit just sat there for years and years. But I ended up getting my money back in some off of that. So it worked out in the end. So maybe it wasn't the worst decision. But yeah, at that time it was the worst.
Oh, I had bought these shades one time. Yeah, that's when Lokes was out. And I had bought some Lokes. Never again. Never again.
Yeah, I gotta think about this question. Y'all answer it. I can't think.
Yeah, I got stories for days about buying some ridiculous stuff and then realize
the worst one I bought, It was a Lincoln. I bought a Lincoln. That shit was a lemon.
That old stinking Lincoln.
Just take a look. Yeah, that was my worst.
And don't sleep on the Lincolns now. Don't
I bought that bitch for $800, so I should have knew better.
Oh, how many miles on it? You remember?
I don't remember. But it's a 95 Lincoln, and it was 2010. And that shit was. I think I drove that bitch one day, and then after that bitch was done. I took that shit to the junkyard.
It was some Lincolns like a boat. You know the big old Lincolns like a boat.
It was a town car. It was a town car.
Stinking Lincoln. That's stinking Lincoln.
I call it on a boat. That's all it is. A big old ship riding on the street. That's all it is. A big ship.
Hey, man, yeah.
Like a big old ship that's driving. It's like them old school Caprice.
I mean, I know about some ridiculous shit in my time, but I can't think of nothing right now. Like off top, that was like.
Man, I bought a Kango hat one time. Like real talk. I bought a Kango hat one time back in New Orleans. I used to wear it proudly. Back in New Orleans, trying to walk around look like LL Cool J.
Oh man,
go ahead.
That boy, they wild.
I told I got a story for days about buying some ridiculous stuff. Like
He said, "Kango hat."
What you got, Guala? What you got, Guala?
Yeah,
I'm trying to think,
walk
man.
around looking like Flavor Flav. Nah. For real, I bought that and it got stole off my head walking down Bourbon Street. real story, bro. Real talk. That happened to me. Walking down Bourbon, he do this whoop and ran off. And you know it's Bourbon Street crowded, so you don't know who's who. You know what I'm saying? So he just took it and took off.
I think the most ridiculous thing that I bought, man, I had bought some used rims one time.
I think we all did because I had some used rims on my truck years ago. Actually, it's still on there too. Actually, it's still on there.
But nah, my shit was bent up. Like 2 of them was bent, so like my tires will keep going flat and shit.
Nah, it just.
So okay, that leads to another ridiculous buy because my tires was going flat. I had to buy one of the air compressors that go to your cigarette lighter, so I could always.
That boy said,
pump my tires up just in case. You never know what can happen. You feel?
Yeah, man. Goddamn.
Spent $400 for the rims, and had to buy some tires because them tires was slick when I got them damn rims.
Especially in Houston, you'd be slipping. Well, I don't know if you staying there during that time, but they ain't gonna work here in Houston.
Slip and slide records. All right, let's get into that. This or that.
Mm-hmm.
Glocks or Taurus?
Glocks? What you mean? We had a discussion.
Listen,
Glocks.
man.
That's for everybody. I'll go with Glocks.
I'm not a fan of any particular firearm, but I will say this though, man. You ever you say you had a Taurus, but you ever carry a Taurus versus a Glock? I don't know, man. Taurus. I know everybody say like Taurus is the cheap man's Glock, but
it is.
The Taurus, my Taurus ain't never jammed. I ain't never had no problem with that 40 I had. That thing was smooth like butter.
Well, that's how the Glock is. Them Glocks smooth too.
I don't like
long as you take care. Long as you take care of that motherfucker take care of you.
Yeah.
My Glock 22 was fine.
My first firearm was a Ruger though.
I think everybody had a Ruger except me. Because every time I turn around, everybody say, "Oh, what kind of gun you had?" Well, I had a Ruger. I'm like, everybody had a Ruger. Cause I never had one. Had a Smith Wesson.
Yeah, I had my share of Smith & Wesson.
Yeah, I had a 9mm Smith Wesson one time.
I still ain't gonna let you shit on the Taurus though, man. I ain't gonna let you shit on the Taurus.
Nah, I'm not a big fan.
Let me see what else I got.
No, I will shit on one Taurus though that I had, and it was a 9. The G2C was ass. The slim one. I was selling that shit after I bought it. Like I didn't like it.
I heard those guns garbage too.
Yeah, that I would say that.
I heard them guns was garbage too. Like I said, I would ask about Taurus. That was like a no for me. That time I just needed a gun ASAP.
High point of Taurus.
Huh? Say what?
High point of Taurus.
It's Taurus. Yeah.
Man,
You hear a lot about high points, but
I heard High Point makes some of the best carbine weapons though. If you want a carbine, that's what I heard. I'm not going to buy it to try it out, but
I heard some things about it, but I ain't gonna lie. I heard some things about it. Like I said, during that time, I ain't know anything about guns. I just needed a gun ASAP until my partner kind of put me on some game about guns. I'm still learning more about guns. There's so much about them.
yeah.
Shrimp or crawfish? Since you from New Orleans,
Shrimp.
shrimp. All right, I'm with
it was so crazy. I ate some yesterday for Super Bowl.
I'm with you with the shrimp. Crawfish is wasting my damn time. You doing all that
That's
work
too
for
much
that.
work.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Crawfish too much work. Even though I eat crawfish time to time, because like I said, my neighbor downstairs had cooked some. She had bought some shrimp and some crawfish and some potatoes and some sausage and some corn.
Oh, she had that low country brawl.
Yeah, for the Super Bowl and she had made some crawfish, but I took up that shrimp though. Them crawfish, I be seeing them be boom, 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 and sucking the head, all kind of great stuff. Like,
yeah, man, y'all bought them baby lobsters. You ain't want no baby lobsters.
You got a lobster
baby lobsters right there. That was crawfish, baby lobsters.
That's all it is. But people try to make fun of it because they say that those are roaches in the sea. I said, bro, just say you don't want it.
Yeah,
just say you can't afford it. Just say that.
People always got something to say.
Yeah, like, well, seafood nasty. If you broke, just say that. I'm glad.
If they broke, they need to book with you, right? So you can get them right.
Yeah, that's all. If you broke, just say that. That's all. I mean, seafood is seafood. I mean, if you don't, I love seafood. Now it's like I was raised around it, with alligator, eating alligators and eating frog legs and oysters.
Eating all that oysters.
Fried oysters or raw oysters?
That's a hard one. Because I like stuff fried, so raw, I don't know about that, but fried, I'll take it.
You don't like them raw oysters. Yeah. You don't like it raw.
That's a different type of raw. That's a different type of raw.
All right, that's all this is that I got for y'all tonight. Y'all got anything?
I don't have any.
No, I don't have anything yet. It probably come to me as soon as we go to the next one.
Shit, go ahead and plug in your everything you got going on real quick before we bring it to a close.
Oh, very close. All right, so my documentary, that's like the moment right there. A documentary entitled "The Miracle Speaks." Right now, we're still coming up with the dates. And basically, The Miracle Speaks is basically going to specialize where I was shot multiple times back in April 28, 2012. And we're going to highlight where gun violence gun violence is going rapid and it's out of control and how they survive gun violence. And number two, we're going to highlight where I wasn't covered, which means I wasn't covered with life insurance at the time to replace any type of income for my family. So we're going to highlight that, and also going to highlight how God was so great that I was able to actually tell a story to people so people could be enlightened, and people could be motivated, and people could be encouraged, because you never know, somebody probably going through something very quick and listen to my story, and okay, if he can do it, then I can do it. So that documentary is going to touch up on all points, so we all can stay focused and all can be motivated behind this story. And number two, like I said, my financial advisor, I'm building a team, an agency where we can help serve our community so people can have this in place for their families. And third, I'm building a project management consulting business in the near towards the fall. And oh, by the way, hopefully and prayerfully towards the end of this year or towards the winter, I'll probably write a book on it.
Hey, make sure you tap in with Taria Vaughn if you're trying to write your books for all your book writing.
Oh, really? Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I need.
Right.
I got a couple of people in
if
mind.
You don't know who that is? We'll show you who that is.
All right, I gotcha.
All right, for sure. Yeah, you follow. You follow Cooper on Instagram.
Yeah, y'all follow me.
504 underscore
T Cooper. Simple 504. Of course, y'all know I'm from New Orleans, so I gotta keep it 504 regardless. 504 underscore T Cooper underscore ambition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, follow me.
For sure.
Y'all have a variety of different things on my Instagram. Y'all might see some some stuff I'm doing. Y'all may get a selfie. I ain't trying. I'm not a model or anything like that. But I'm being honest with y'all. I mean, we men, but I like posting pictures of myself. I do because I'm a miracle. That's why I post my
Self-love.
pictures. I'm a
Self-love. You gotta have that self-love, man.
Yeah, I like posting pictures of myself. Like, you're a man. You like to what type of dude like to post a picture? You gay? No, I'm not. I like posting pictures of myself because I'm a miracle.
It's self-love, man. You love
Exactly.
yourself.
It's confidence too.
Mm-hmm.
So I might post one after the show.
Hey, yeah, you know you can find us. Goddamn. Nobody Grinds Like Us Network. Always press record TV.
Yeah.
Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. Subscribe to the
Yeah.
YouTube channel. If you hear me saying this right now, or you see me saying this right now, subscribe to the YouTube channel, 1409 Podcast.
Yeah.
Instagram. Follow us on Instagram, 1409 Podcast. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Follow me on Instagram at 843 Ambassador.
You know, you can follow me, your boy GualaMeetsWorld at GualaMeetsWorld. Tap into the music on all the streaming platforms. Scrooge video out right now, man. Go run them numbers up.
Yes, sir. All right, it's the 1409 Podcast, and we out.
Peace.
Man, we go, peoples.
Yes.